Hello viewers, welcome to part 5 of Let's Play Rome 2 Total War as Macedon. So, we've just had a slave rebellion in Athens, and we're going to do kind of the same thing we did last time. We're going to put our mob where it's just going to be out of the way, because it's not very useful. This time, it's a much bigger army attacking us.
Positions. Guard.
We are going to not challenge the wall. I would say as usual, but only done this once, so we're not going to challenge the wall. If they take it, they take it. It's just going to have to be how it is. Let's start this. They could have a lot more success breaking down this gate than they did last time. And we're going to need to keep note of anywhere that looks like this. These stairwells that have no cover around them, no structure around them, can still be used to get down off the wall. And I never noticed those before. But that right here is what they used to get in last time. Of course, it didn't matter. They got sandwiched between our militia and our pikes. Very light melee infantry. Hidden. As well they should be. So they have mostly... It's just their mobs that are going for the... Oh, this isn't even going to be fair, is it? So we'll go ahead and fast forward it. We'll see what they do. If I can hold the walls and continue to rain death upon them, that'll be great. If not, that'll be fine. The crenellations are going to block a large portion of incoming air, missile fire. Probably less so for something from like nice floppy hats. From something like bows. But absolutely, or maybe even javelins if they got good enough arms to lob it. But a stone out of a sling has a fairly low trajectory, so it's gonna. A lot of them are gonna carry them off of these. Oh look, this one's damaged. Egyptians, we aren't. All right. Let's get both of these guys running into position. This one will likely break before it even gets to the wall. They're already, yeah, they're shaken. And they're gone. About to be. Wavering. And shattered. They're gone. So a couple of the mob are going to get there. We actually, really, realistically, we could challenge the wall, but there's almost no reason to. So we'll shatter 2 of their mob before they even arrive. And then we'll pull our slingers down. So they really, if they hadn't spawned with so many mobs, I would be a lot more worried. But again, it just kind of underestimates the strength of units on walls. And so now that I'm down here, I can fire up at them on the walls, and they're going to run down here, and I'm going to grab 2 units of militia and come deal with them. Again, this unit is down to 8 men. It's already wavering. This one hasn't reached the walls yet. Now, they're all inside here, this tower. I don't know if they're actually going to make it out of the tower. Yeah, it looks like they got out of the tower and the last few were picked off, so... Never mind. Never mind about that. This one's at half strength by the time it even reaches my wall. It's not even my slingers. None of my slingers are firing right now. It's just my arrow towers. And that's just because of the fact that it's mob. Like, I almost feel like this battle's not worth recording. Alright, here, they're going to do some things now. Their cavalry cannot come up the ladders, though. The peltists are going to be the most dangerous because they're fairly well armored. The pikes are going to be very vulnerable to missiles. They make it in? I don't think they did. So it looks like the mob didn't quite make it. How very sad for them. So we're actually going to station our own mob over here, since... and then just kind of bombard their cavalry, who is very lightly armored. And partially obscure. What is the deal with this? Why are... Alright. So this is what they look like on high. It looks okay. It's not horrible, but it's not great, and I wouldn't expect it to be. So it looks like this is going to end up being kind of a Rome 1 style siege battle, where they just stand there and take it while I kill them all until time runs out. See if I can't focus fire on the pikes, because attacking the peltists is going to be largely futile. I mean, look at these guys. Those are some big shields. They're armored. Peltists are a lot better in this game than they used to be, I think. Well, I mean, they used to come with light shields. So they might be able to get through here now. They're doing a lot of damage. We managed to shatter one of their Tarantine cav. Not sure. I wish I could see where they could see. Now these guys actually have a pretty decent angle on them because the they're going for these guys. Great. That's a correct decision. My gates are almost burnt down. I'm gonna shatter. Wow, I'm gonna obliterate one of the pikes. So basically, they traded 1 unit of pikemen for my gates. Well, really 2 units of pikemen for my gates. Which I would argue is a kind of poor trade. But when you send mobs and then don't send, like, when you spawn without any actual melee infantry, it'd be more of a concern.
Our gates are utterly destroyed.
Yeah, I gathered. Hoplite wall. Hoplite wall. Form phalanx. And this is just the part where we get to be Imba and watch things die. Now, they are shooting back now. At my units up on the walls. And we're going to want to try and kill their cav as best we can. So their hoplites are charging in. We're losing a unit of peltists because they're getting... or slingers, rather, because they're getting absolutely bombarded. They get shattered. But, again, they're trying to charge in the gate into a wall of spears.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Wow, I've thrown that much. And we actually, this is still on ultra speed. We haven't lost a single pike yet. Eager enemy routing.
The battle is turning in our favor.
We haven't lost a. Okay, there's our first casualty. They're just completely unable to get through our pikes. A couple of them will manage it, but largely, that's it. We didn't kill the general. We only killed 1 man in his unit, but I mean, this is what happens when you can't take the walls. And they could take the walls. They had pikes. I had no intention of challenging them for the walls, but they only sent mobs, which were all killed almost to a man. Spartacus, this guy is not. So, managed to capture a whole lot of them, and we'll execute them, of course. And that'll put an end to that rebellion. Goodbye. Slave uprising crushed. See, this isn't accurate. Unless he's being led to be executed. It's like, slave uprising crushed. Yeah, and so we enslaved them again? No. It's not what the Romans do when slaves revolt. When slaves revolt in Rome, they crucify them from the spot of the battle all the way back to Rome along the road. And Drymon, trade gained adventurer, quartermaster's report. Successfully recruited more units, which is amazing. So now we are going to be able to field some legitimate modern, well, not so much modern, but some legitimate Macedonian armies. What? Okay, the degree to which this is amazing cannot be overstated. Man enjoys the sight of blood, and so now we don't even have a problem with public order there anymore. It's great. Everything's great. It's all great. So we'll get a couple more pikes, another citizen cav. Then we're going to work on some Agrianian axemen. They're not well armored. They're just basic stiffened cloth. But they do have the large shields. They are decent light melee troops. And you know what? Let me take a look at province effects, because I have the statue of Zeus. Wow, Bread and Games Edict, +6 order faction-wide, so... Let me make sure that's not... I don't think that is what I think it is. No, okay. But it is just here, right? Anywhere you have Bread and Games, you get +6 public order. I think. It's probably under events, actually. 4 from the Edict, and then another 6. Which is somewhat silly. So, Apollonia, largely crushed. They're sailing to Brundisium, which is fine by me. The Gods of War.
Ready for orders. March. Ready for battle. Laying siege to the settlement.
Let's go with the encircle strategy.
Commander.
And then we'll move this guy in.
Advance. I'm afraid
Move!
we cannot.
Why doesn't he have any move?
Ready for orders.
Game!
For glory and honor.
This freaking game sometimes.
We hunger for battle. Death and honor. Besieging settlement. We take this settlement.
Like,
Ready for battle.
it's a new turn. And oh, you know what? They might have had a critical agent action.
How may I serve you? That is impossible. How can I be of assistance? Swift and
Let me see if I can't find her.
I am the champion of the gods. Stand to, men. We hunger for battle.
My skills are yours.
Let them cower like kennelled dogs.
At your service. No, I cannot. I will watch.
Well, whatever. Game is, like...
For battle.
He had movement, though. Like, he showed as having movement. He's not affected by anything. Oh my god. Alright, thank you, game. You're a jerk. That's why we can't have nice things. Let's unlock dignitaries. Actually, I might just do a lot of my recruiting in Hellas, as silly as that is. Because I could get horses here. I'll leave that at Meadow for now. Or at Homestead for now. Let's work on Athenian industry. And we will work on public order. We'll build the Agora. What the heck? Is there a cheaper unit I can recruit another one of? I mean, yes, but I'm not going to. I could recruit Sarissa Cav, actually, but their armor is very, very, very poor. So let me look at their abilities. Diamond, Trample, Discipline. So they're Sarissa Cav are disciplined and they are not. Eh. We'll sail around some more. We'll recruit another boat. Next turn that'll be done. We can start recruiting those up here, these down here. He just isn't able to move for reasons. I don't know. I remember at some point I said I was gonna redo that, but I just haven't been able to bother. BFE do not seem to hate me.
A flapping tongue that speaks without wisdom is not welcome.
Would you like to trade?
The shield of another is nothing but a burden.
Would you like a thing you don't want in addition to that other thing you don't want? Kitai can't trade. Can't hero.
Well met, friend. Sit.
That's a better chance of trading with them now. Chimeria
Enter, friend, and speak.
will not trade. Am I trading with Knossos already? No, they hate me. Alright. Well, that'll make conquering Hellas really easy, or at least attractive to me. So we'll see what happens. I may have to retreat from this Apollonia thing. I'm going to decline any attack that my allies offer, even though they'll likely win. I would like Brundisium for myself just because it's another city, and city income is always nice. So it looks like Bithynia at least did nothing. Pergamon did nothing. Good. Increase in rank. Paramonos. My hero leveled up. Mission issued. Raise an army at... Well, if you'll give me the money and you'll give me bonus recruitment capacity, I guess I'll do it. Attrition. Ship was built. Construction. So now we have that military wharf up. Our money is going to go up. Androcles likes Easterners. He would. Heh. Send that to the pool. Macedonia is motivated. Bonus growth, bonus tax. Great stuff.
Ready for orders. At once.
So now his movement's fine. I don't know what the deal is.
We take this.
So now we have all sorts of bonus. We'll use our protective stance. And stab. Lost no one, and lost no one. Great. So looting is not going to be an option here. I would do it to make a point, but I already looted two cities in Hellas. I don't want to destabilize my region too badly, so I'll just occupy it.
Ready for battle.
Mission successful. Give me money. Faction destroyed. Athens.
We hunger for battle.
So we'll roll on around the corner. These guys can all be upgraded now.
Your next command.
Level 1 hulls. Let's take a look and see all the things we can build. So this is the Hemiolia. We unlocked 5 ships. Missile Pentares with archers. Tower Pentares with archers. Scorpion Pentares with archers. I think they're all archers. Greek Ballista on board a ship. Greek Onagers on board a ship. So the Scorpions have flaming shot. What is the actual difference between these? I think the difference is just that the crew is better protected in the tower.
Assembling the fleet.
So we'll build some more ships, why not? And the cost to upgrade level 1 hulls is fairly low, so that's good. We'll recruit 3 more ships. I have little reason not to chase this army out. Actually, if I blockade. Worst case, I break the blockade and very little happens. Best case, it gives me a favorable auto-resolve on an amphibious invasion. Yeah, I didn't think so.
Set up a blockade.
But now no one else can attack Brundisium. So we'll see about wiping Sparta out as well.
Ready for orders. Ready for orders.
All is well, all is well, all is well. Are you recruiting units? No, you need to be recruiting more units.
Sign up, lads, for a good
There we go. That's all our money for the turn. I hope the bearers of the truth. Interesting, I have Eastern Spearmen, but they're Hellenic. Oh well, it's fine. Salamis is controlled by Pontus, which is kind of a pity because I would have liked Salamis. But it's part of this one and not, it looks like Antioch is controlled by Pontus now. Wow, Pontus has gotten rather big over there. Tyros is controlled by Persia. Jerusalem is controlled by Egypt. So we're going to want to basically sail up the Nile and probably lay siege to about 4 settlements in a single turn, at least 3. That's going to be the plan for the Egypt invasion. I'm actually already looking forward to it. Oh gosh. So the Fires of Hephaestus need their general upgraded, I believe. Androcles, who has nothing in his household as yet. Now, Androcles, are you of my dynasty? What does it say? Androcles, yes. So what we will give to you is we will give you that other guy's personal tutor. +1 gravitas per turn. And we'll go ahead and give you... commander because it's going to increase the morale of your army. Actually, we're going to go ahead and... I know I'm using Roman numerals here, which is a little silly, but... I'm going to go ahead and begin the renaming
It is an honor to serve.
theme. What? Does this, like, unlock something? Okay, I guess that's good. Well, we'll just make them formidable spearmen. So this is the hero. Audacity. Let's do it. Be audacious. While we're here, let's actually go ahead and rename this. So, first army, Alexander. Second army, Antigonus. We're gonna name these after commanders in Alexander's army. That's gonna be the naming scheme for our armies. So this is gonna be wow. For the life of me cannot think of anyone anymore. I'll come back to it as soon as I'm not just completely oblivious to everything that's going on. This is really dangerous. I really don't like having these big Bithynian stacks in my army. Go fight the Galatians. They're Gauls. You should hate them. Why don't you hate them? Hate them as everyone else does. This army in Antheia should be at least enough to make sure this region is largely under... Actually, it should be in Pulpadeva. So we'll force march this army up to Pulpadeva, and then we'll just go ahead and end turn. Worst case, I have to break the, they force me off Brundisium. I really don't get why Apollonia, Epirus crossed the Adriatic into Brundisium. And then their plan was what? So that army up there is raiding, being a pain in the butt, getting obliterated, likely getting stabbed. Yeah, I think he did get stabbed by the Bithynians, which is great. Cool thing is, I actually might be able to take Brundisium just off the strength of this one army, and I might loot it. The income due to slaves is very, very helpful. Mission successful. Civis pacem parabellum. Inveniam we control 25 settlements by direct ownership or through client states and military allies. Great. Likes Greeks, that's the correct way to do it. The Boii have been destroyed. Not too worried. Quartermaster's report. Macedonia's encouraged populace now. So I'm curious. Oh my... Stop! No! Okay. Okay. Alright. Whew. That was dangerous. So we're not going to subjugate. That'll just lead to the same thing happening again. I do intend to leave this army here for now while we build our economy again, build new armies. So I'm going to loot the settlement because money is great. It's good for everything, all things.
Ready for orders.
So Brundisium is ours, and Sparta should be nigh on destroyed. Oh, they are destroyed. I thought. Have they just got an army somewhere hidden in the forests up here? Yeah, he must not have successfully destroyed the thing. So I will convert this thing in Apollonia. Harbor, 0% problem with that. See, what I really want is this brickworks, but that requires monumental architecture. 800 wealth from industry, though. How good would that be? That costs a lot of money. So in Athens, go ahead and get this brick dryer. We'll go ahead and get the amphitheater. We will go ahead and upgrade Athens to the next level, I think, unless we want to upgrade Pella instead. It's only another 200 increase in growth. So we'll upgrade Athens. Do my horses give me food back later, or... No, they just make the... Yeah, they're not great. That's okay. So the problem will be largely fixed. We'll likely convert that to a harbor for the monies. Or possibly do a shipwright. Nah, artillery's totally fine.
It is an honor to serve.
Ah, here we are. The Heralds of Glaucus. Well, let's go bring an end to him then, shall we? What? Alright, we're gonna fight this. We're gonna fight this. We're gonna bring an end to Sparta as a faction, and we're gonna call it a video. That's the plan. Say not always what you know, but always know what you say. Thank you, Claudius. A little sleepy. Weather is dry. Great. I would hate to go into a sea battle in a storm. So, I'm supposed to have... So, here we go. We'll bring these back here. Move those actually out of the way. Move that out of the way. So we have these guys. These guys are a screening force. Their sole job is going to just be to kind of engage these ships and keep them away from me.
General. Firepower ready. Warships at your command.
And I offer them this. Run now, and I will spare your lives. Stay to fight, and you will have only death and defeat. Now, to work, men.
Moving out.
How did you get turned around that badly? It's not a very impressive tower. I guess it'll provide some protection, but...
Move out. Now. Artillery ships report.
Rohard is just going to start on cooldown. I guess that's what's going to happen.
One of our ships is being boarded.
Let's follow it, follow it, follow it. Oh, direct hit.
The men are wavering.
General, as you command.
We're going to take a nasty shot here.
Our general is under attack.
Support ships.
Well, he seems to be okay now. Close victory. We sunk every ship and we only lost screens. Wouldn't call it close. If you must break the law, do it to seize power. In all other cases, observe it. Yeah, I mean, if you must break the law, then do so by putting yourself into a position where, you know, it doesn't really matter that you broke the law. So, that should destroy the Spartans as a faction.
Your next command?
Boom. Demetrius Kalos. Sneak back over here. We will actually reduce our shipbuilding costs. It seems like a great idea. So this artillery ship is amazing. And then what I will do is I will rebuild a screen. They're cheap. They're expendable. Like I lost 3 screens in that battle. 3 entire ships were lost in that battle. But my primary killing power is intact. These are screens. I can afford to do that. That's great. So Sparta is destroyed. Shrine of Ares, really? Why don't we play the Dismantle the Shrine of Ares game? Sounds like a good game. I won't worry about that. Doesn't give us much in the way of money anyway. I'll repair this. I'll repair the amphitheater. And so now we border the Romans. How interesting is that? Is Libya still a client state of Carthage? Yes, they are. But they're not at war with Rome. Only Carthage seems to be. Well, that's as interesting as that is. Alright, so before we move on, we'll do a little, kind of a little last bit of cleanup here. We'll make sure we're continuing to recruit troops down in this province. Some Agrianian axemen for certain. This guy is okay, I guess. I'll leave him be for now. what we'll do here is we're going to go ahead and upgrade Larissa. It's going to provide us with an additional food, but mostly it's going to provide us with double the quantity of olive oil. So now a quick strategic overview of where we're at, the Macedonian Empire. We'll go to the diplomatic view, so that'll be us in yellow. In blue are all our allies. Pontus is our defensive ally. Bithynia, Pergamon, and Ardea, the Illyrians, are our military allies. Everyone else is neutral. We are no longer at war with anyone. We've crushed our enemies, driven them before us, and heard the lamentations of their women, or so the saying goes. We have claimed the entire province of Macedonia, the entire province of Thrace. The game considers Illyria in our possession because of our military allies. I will talk to him as soon as I'm done talking to you guys. This is all considered to be ours as well. We have 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 plus 3 is 16. So once we control 9 more settlements, and if we get a military alliance with Pontus, that would be very quick in coming indeed. We'd be in a really, really great shape. Now, the Seleucids, kind of as usual, have been obliterated largely. The Egyptians just seem to not be doing much of anything, which is fine. I will be more than happy to relieve them of their grain villages and Jerusalem, the olive oil village. I really think the only reason that they have the years are in here and are really relevant is so you can be like, oh, this is when this happened. There's, an event should be happening here at this time or some such. So we're doing very well. We're well consolidated in the Greco-Thracian region. Our next target, we'd like to be very good friends with Rome, primarily because we don't want to fight them yet. Once we get sufficiently strong, we'll likely be converting the Illyrians and the Greeks in here into our client states, and while retaining a firm grip on the Greek cities, and of course Macedon and Thrace as well. Our next target is Crete. Crete will provide the stepping stone because our recruitment in this region is quite good. We can recruit those Agrianian axemen, which are fantastic. I will be probably converting over to light peltists primarily, just a shade later on, once I research the technology that makes them available. I've been working on the economy side of things first, and our income is truly something great right now. But Crete will be a stepping stone. If Rhodes still hates us, a stepping stone to Rhodes. We'll take that as well. We can farm it up. We can build a fishing port or a commerce port, really whatever we want to do. It's some kind of a pity about Salamis, that it's not owned by Cyprus, because that could be very interesting. But that's all right. We'll deal. Egypt is going to be our next goal. One of the successors is already obliterated. Egypt is the last remaining contestant for the rights to Alexander's Grand Empire. I suppose Bactria exists as well. I haven't heard of them being wiped out yet. Usually the Parthians in my other games get very large over there. Or they get obliterated and something silly happens, like Gedrosha just conquers everything, or nomads. Either way. So that's the plan. Egypt is a great province. You have, and Nabatea as well. Nabatea, you have Jerusalem, which produces olive oil. Olive oil gives you food and is a valuable trade commodity. Then you have Petra's just a city, and cities are always good. In Egypt itself, you have the city of Alexandria. You have a grain village, an iron village, and another grain village. There's 2 ports, one on the coast in Alexandria, which is actually, I believe, over here. Memphis, I believe, is right here. You have another one up here, and another one on the coast of the Red Sea. There are 2 grain villages and an iron village, along with Alexandria, in the province of Egypt. So pacifying and conquering Egypt, and all of the Egyptian lands, Cyrenaica is another decent province, but primarily because it has 4 things in it, and you can stack bonuses, but it's irrelevant. Cyrenaica is not the province Africa is, where you can get just this ridiculous maritime commerce income. But so now, since we're so friendly with these guys over here, and we can see our public order is kind of horrible down in Hellas, where we have an army stationed, and horrible in Magna Graecia, where we have an army stationed, and great everywhere else. Wealth, we're producing good amounts of money. Growth is good. So since we're such good friends with the Greeks of Asia Minor, and we're such good friends with the Illyrians, and we really don't. Well, I mean that could change. Our relationship with the Romans could very easily change, and become quite hostile quite quickly. At which point we're going to find ourselves in a really long war for control of Italy. Fortunately, Epirus early on in the game made that much easier for us by conquering Brundisium and then allowing it to be conquered by Sparta, who we've now subjugated. And then Egypt is going to be our our next target. So as long as the Romans are willing to stay peaceful, our next target will be Egypt, and then we will plan to move west along the Mediterranean until it becomes logical that we can conduct multiple strikes on the west and the east into the Italian peninsula and deal a crushing initial blow to the Romans. But that won't be for some time, many turns. So, giving you that summary of what the plan is: Crete, Egypt. I'll turn this back on, and I will let you guys go. If you haven't already gotten bored and wandered off, and I will see you guys all in part 6 for the conquest of Crete and more economy, the most exciting thing in the world. Later.